What's up, everyone? It's Matt Mrozik, aka MVM397. I thought I'd do a first work in progress on the Mechanicore Deep Striker kit. Started working on this a little bit the other day and kind of want to give you my initial thoughts on the kit overall and kind of my steps I'm going through to put this together. So you can see I've got part of it put together already. I'm like on step 5. So far overall the kit's been pretty good. The fit's been pretty good. There is some very tight tolerances, so much like a Bandai kit, I've been going through and snipping the male end a little bit of each peg, just so it's easier to put together and take apart. The only part I've really had a problem so far with assembly is the head. I had a real hard time getting everything to fit together, and it's still not perfect. I actually did do a little surgery to get it to work. So what I did is much like a Bandai kit, what I did is I went in and I cut out these areas right here so that the inside can just slip in and out. Because what I had to do was I actually had to glue the head together and clamp it together overnight. And actually this part right here, the eyes, it's going to require some masking later, but it was much easier. The way this part goes together is really not that. It's kind of stupid. It doesn't fit really well. So these are actually glued in place right now because otherwise these would just fall out. There's no way that these just kind of stay in, these green pieces. So they're actually glued to this white piece, which requires a little bit of masking, but will make assembling much easier later. So the head did not fit well together at all. When I had all this inside of it, I couldn't even get the two halves to join. So I've had to do a little trimming and cutting here and there, and you can see that they've got some gaps that I'll have to go back and fill with some putty. But I actually had to clamp this together, glue it overnight for it to stay together. So now it goes together pretty easily. It's still not perfect, but so here's the inside part of the head. And that's the LED you see there, that little white dot. This has been glued together. You can see here where actually there are two male pegs here. I snipped these off, which now allows this to slide in and out of the head with it being glued. So yeah, so when I first started putting this kit together, and by the way, this green part will slip into here like this. So now this whole unit will slide up into the head. So yeah, my initial thoughts when I started putting this together was like, oh crap, if this is how the kit's going to be, it's going to be a nightmare. So now, just like if you've ever done a Master Grade Bandai kit where you need to fix the seam in the head, I've done a little surgery inside the head. So now this will just theoretically slip into place. It's still a tight fit, but it does get in there, and now it stays. So it works pretty good. Here's the metal V-fin that comes with the premium edition, and it's very, very nice actually. Again, I had a little problem getting it to fit. You can see that there's the head splits right there, and I've actually glued it on 3 separate occasions overnight, and it keeps splitting. So again, the tolerances on the head, and I've sanded this down quite a bit. You won't see that once the V-fin's on, so I just kind of said, screw it, I'm going to leave it. I'm not going to worry about that gap, because as soon as I glued it and tried to put the V-fin on, it would split out. So my initial thoughts was, when I was putting this together, was like, crap, if this is how the kit's going to be, this is going to be a long haul. So I fiddled with the head. It took me, I would say, a good 2 hours, maybe longer, just to get the head to fit close enough to where I was happy. So I've got a little work to do on it, filling gaps, and even these now don't fit in there very well, the little side incoms, but once they're glued in place they'll be fine. But it looks really, I mean, that's a really sharp looking head. So my initial thoughts were, crap, this is going to be a really crappy build. But then I started putting together the other steps, and it's been going together very smoothly. So I can show you real quick, like this right here is the torso, obviously, and everything on this fits really well. I think what they did is they took the Master Grade parts of the XS Gundam for these internals and just recasted them, because they're just like the Master Grade kit for the most part. Maybe they've modified a few of the pieces. Some of the pieces, like don't stay on, like this little guy falls off, but it's okay because it's going to get glued on in the end. But the detail on this kit's really, really nice. Very impressed. This is like step, I think, 3 or 4, and this goes on the chest. And like again, like this piece right here will slide into here, and it doesn't stay in because this yellow piece holds it on. And again, this yellow piece won't stay in, but once it's glued, it'll be fine. And there's supposed to be a wire going through here with an LED. I haven't put that in yet because I want to get all the test fitting done first, and then go back and add the LEDs and stuff, so I wouldn't damage the wiring. Unlike most kits that have LEDs, the wiring on this kit is very, to say at least, chintzy. It'll be interesting to see if it holds up to being assembled and handled, because the wires are very thin. And this slides in there like that. And these chest pieces fall off right now because they're not glued. Hold on. So I'm kind of rambling on here as I do with most of my videos, but I'm trying to get that together so you can see that. So it's going to be, so far I'm impressed. Like I said, the only issue I've had so far is the head, and if that's, if that's it, I think this is a good kit. Those pieces fell out again, and there goes the V-fin. See, it all falls apart because the fit is not up to Bandai standards. So things are going to fall apart on you unless you glue them. I'm only gluing the absolutely necessary pieces that I have to glue, like the head, because I want to be able to paint. I don't want to have to mask all these little areas later when I'm painting. So the head's, that little peg right there is to the LED that plugs right into there. I'm going to put the head on this so I don't keep dropping it, because some of the pieces are extremely small, and I've left those off because I don't want to lose them. So that's kind of what that looks like. And I'm on step 5, so I'm pre-assembling step 5. And this is what it looks like so far. This is all the internals. These pieces have fit together really well. I had to drill out the holes a little bit on these pistons in order to fit. The chrome pieces, there's quite a bit of flash on them. Let's see if you can see it on this piece. Quite a bit of flash, so this is going to be all sanded down and scraped smooth. It's kind of like in a resin kit. It's like the mold slipped or something, but there's actually a step there. It's not just flash, so it's going to be that's going to be addressed. You can see it there a little bit. So, but let me tell you what I did before I did any assembly. If you saw my unboxing, you saw how big this box is. The box that it came in, it's huge, it's unruly, it's cool, but it's just massive, and I didn't have a place to keep that box. So the first thing I did is I spent, gosh, I don't know, probably 2 full days going through the instructions and cutting all the pieces off the runners and putting them in baggies and labeling them by step. So like here is step 6, and here are all the pieces to step 6. So I'm just take this off the tripod for a second, and I got it all into one box, just one of the smaller boxes that comes in it. So now it weighs like half as much, and every baggie is like its own little kit. So, and also this makes it less overwhelming, because this kit is massive. I mean, it's like 1,800 pieces to it. So, you can sit down and in a night or two basically do a step. Now step 5 is pretty, like I said, I'm on step 5. So in the end, that's what we get with step 5. And this goes underneath the torso. So put this back on step 5. So when step 5 is done, it'll mount underneath here. So that's like the big honking crotch area right there. And then you can see here, this is where the legs peg in. Right there eventually. So yeah, I think it was a smart idea to go through, nip everything off the runners, put them in bags according to steps. Now this bag right here are all the extra pieces you get. There are a lot of pieces that you're not going to use. So you can see right here that there's quite a few. And so far I'm pretty impressed with the kit. I think it's worth the price if you can afford it. It's huge. It's going to be massive, but it's, like I said, the only part I've had a problem with so far is the head. And like I said, if that's the hardest issue, I'm okay with it. You can see here. So what I did for working on this, I just got a tray here and I've separated these up by color, so this is all the parts for step 5. And this makes it easier to find the pieces. Since they're not on a runner, you have to find them according to what they look like. And it's not that hard. Some of the pieces look similar. There's a lot of gray. This will all get painted one color, and then I'll go back in and do some detailing on these pipes and all these recessed areas, but you just can go to town on detailing the crap out of this kit. Now, a lot of this will get covered with armor, but you could always display half armor on, half armor off, and that'd be pretty impressive. But it's going to be a big kit, so it's kind of my first work in progress and initial thoughts of the kit. Fits pretty good. It's not a Bandai kit, so for those of you who are going to complain about it, oh, it doesn't fit, the fitting sucks, this is a model. You have to have some modeling skills to put it together. In my opinion, Bandai kits are really not for the modelers, although I build a ton of Bandai kits. To assemble a Bandai kit really doesn't take any skills. All you have to be able to do is cut the pieces off the tree, get rid of the nubs, and snap it together. When you start getting into kits where you actually have to do some modifying, and address some fitting issues, then you're building a model. So, and this kit would fall under that category, even though it technically snaps together. A lot of it doesn't. You have to do some trimming, adjusting of the pieces. It's very similar to putting a resin kit together. A resin kit takes a lot of modeling skill because nothing just fits together unless it's like a Neo grade kit. But you will have to modify some of the pieces to get things to fit. But so far, it's looking really good. I'm really impressed with it. So I'm glad I had one got it, and I've been just kind of chugging along on this a little bit. I've got 3 kits in progress right now, actually. I've got this guy, I'm working on a Sinanju commission, and I'm working on my Jagdogger commission. So 3 kits going on. I'll have the Jagdogger done for Wonderfest. Maybe this guy for Wonderfest. It's 4 months away. I don't know if I can swing that, but we're going to try. And the Sinanju will be done in a couple of weeks if I can get cracking on that. So anyway, first initial thoughts on the kit. I think it's cool. I'm glad I got it. So there you go. It's Matt Mrozek, MVM 3897, signing off. Catch you guys next time. Thanks.